The records are now open. Obviously, I'm very excited. Sometimes I don't ding that thing hard enough. So I was like, I'm going to get that a good ding today. Boy, did I ever. Thank you for not shattering my crystal triangle. Welcome, everyone, to Akashic Answers with Emily Lamora Smith. You are the first contestant on The Price is Right. This is not The Price is Right. This is Akashic Answers with Emily. And Lamora, you're my first guest today. Hi, Lynn. I'm glad you're here. Welcome, everybody. Come on down. Come on down. What is it that they say on The Price is Right? You are the next contestant on The Price is Right. Every single one of you guys who jump in, you are the next contestant right here on Akashic Answers with Emily. Yes, please type your questions in. For those of you guys who are meeting me for the first time, my name is Emily Harrison. I am not only the very proud, and I mean that with sometimes proud can be a bad thing, but I am freaking proud of the Akashic Academy. I am the proud founder and director of this beautiful space where we are all coming together, the Akashic Academy, all of our hosts who are creating this fantastic network where you can tune in to shows, live stream shows, every single day of the week. Yes, this silly girl right here is the one who said, come on, to all of my friends, all of my light workers, let's get playing together. Let's create a movement that is going to uplift the rise of light workers across the planet. We're doing that not only with our network here at the Akashic Academy, we're also doing that with our magazine. If you read the Akashic magazine, say yes right now. If you like the magazine, let's give a shout out to our magazine. It's actually a trick, by the way. It's a trick, it's a trick. All of you who say yes, I'm gonna come ask you, will you please give us a quick love letter and a quote for the Akashic Academy for the next edition, the next volume of our magazine? You guys know my background is in Hollywood, so I tend to say episode, but it's not an episode of the magazine. All right, if you read the Akashic magazine and you love it, our amazing editor, Bridget Sloan, is putting together right now the layout for our July edition, which is going to be all about freedom. And we do a special section. I'm sharing out, by the way. I'm multitasking, sharing out. Forgot to turn my phone down. Somebody said, did I miss it? No, you didn't miss a thing. You're right here in time. So Bridget is putting together the next layout of our Freedom Edition volume that will be coming out in July, of course, because here in America, July, the 4th of July is a big Freedom Day. Of course, we'll celebrate. We're worldwide here. I've seen my friend Rhonda, my Canadian friend, in the house. If any of you are in the house and want to share where you're from, share where you're from, by the way, so that we can begin to really visualize how global we're becoming. Good morning, Susan Lewis. Kelly Klein says yes. Kelly, did you say yes before you found out it was a trick? If you love the Akashic magazine, Bridget does a section called Love Letters where we do special quotes from those of you who read the magazine, who love the magazine. If you would be so kind to send me your love letter quote to the Akashic magazine, personal message, please. Private message. Don't send it in the comments here. Please send it to me in a private message. We are going to publish you. So if you want to be a published quotist, then please give me a good quote for the magazine. I'm going to share this out to a couple more of my friends. I'm going to invite you guys to share with your friends too. We've got Pennsylvania in the house. What's up, Lisa? I see you. Lynn Marie in the house from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Minnesota. I love it. The Akashic Records, also one of my loves and passions besides embodying crazy, silly accents, because this is a profound space in which to gain insight. The insight is always perspective shifting. What you're not expecting gives you a nice little aha, uplifting moment. I'm excited to share that with you today. Ooh, already feeling my third eye going off as we just start talking about how powerful the Akashic Records are. Not only do the records provide insight, however, they provide activation. One of the characteristics of the Akashic Records is that it encompasses an inherent nature of consciousness, which is to expand. So anytime that you are in this space, and let me just tell you now, start typing in your questions, even if I don't get to them, just asking your questions within this space will create an illumination vortex for you. Okay, this is allowing the universe to understand, to know that you are ready to receive knowledge, shifting information, insight, movement in a particular area of your life. And I promise you, whether or not I tune into your individual question today, Spirit will begin to open up the guidance that you're seeking. And of course, if you want more one-on-one help, it's a powerful way to get big quantum healing in your life. Feel free to reach out to me. Again, private message is my favorite way to ask you guys to connect with me because I see those messages first. I do get a lot of messages. Things tend to get buried. So reach out to me if you are really ready to shift something, you like this work today, and you want to dive deeper. But let me show you how it works. All right, we're going to dive on in. I was going to say, did I see a Sturm in the house? I got Uncle Frank in the house. What's up, Uncle Frank? Love you. Mwah. All right. There's my Canadian friend in the house. Oh, wonderful. Columbus, Ohio, soon to be Chicago, Illinois. Kelly's making a move. Welcome, Stephanie. Welcome, Anthony. I'm sorry, Stephen Anthony. All right, guys, time to start typing in your questions. All right, what areas of your life are you ready to receive some insight on? Are you ready to get things moving, shifting, shaking? It is definitely that time on the planet to shift, to transmute, to move. How can I show up and be of assistance to each and every one of you and myself as well? Because every time, I think one of my, I can't remember which one of you brilliant students said this because I see Miss Wanda on there. Whichever one of you said this yesterday in class, you can own this. Every time I show up to give someone a records reading or a healing, I get healed too. All you light workers out there, you guys are high-fiving me. You're like, yep, that's how it works. That's how it works. All right, so let's bring in some powerful, okay. Alicia, maybe. It could be Alicia. But you know who I got here. Job and money. Need a change, but just can't quite yet. Hang on, I think I saw you type in a specific question a little bit earlier. I'm going to scroll up here. Hi, Greg. I'm glad you're in the house. Jerry Joe Johnson, did I miss it? No, you did not, Jerry Joe. Welcome. Okay, yes. Alicia. Something is coming and I can't pinpoint it, and I feel it has to do with my job or money, anything. Okay, I love that you said this. I was watching a transmission from Michaela Sheldon, who you guys know that I love. If you don't know, I love her. I love her. I love you, Michaela. Check out what she's got going on in terms of her channeling. It's really powerful. Just listening to it will activate you. She was talking about the vibrational frequency of the Akashic field that she felt come in very palpably for her around December of last year. And she was being very, very still. And she said she was lying down meditating, and all of a sudden she just felt this something coming in. And it was a joy and a peace and a higher vibrational frequency and an access to information. And she recognized it as the Akashic field. But she noticed that palpable buzz that goes along with it. And Alicia, I feel like that's the palpable buzz that's coming online for you. And the first area where, when the Akashic field, when this ability to exchange information on a higher level, with spirit, with source, with God, with whatever you want to call it, when your consciousness raises to a point where you can begin to detect that frequency and you can tune in and you can know and have an awareness that's around you and connected to you in every moment, you begin to, it's a process to learn to hold this in every moment. But what's happening, Alicia, is that you're beginning to attune and hold the vibrational frequency of the Akashic field where infinite possibility is available to you. Now I say it's available. That's a technicality, okay? Technically, it's available. We've limited a lot of the infinite possibility because we as human beings, anytime that you become rigid in your thoughts or your mind or and you start shutting off things that you think might not be possible for you, you shut them down. Furthermore, the more areas where you give your attention to what is possible for you, and what you may be giving your attention to what is possible for you in not its fullest capacity, or like you may be severely underestimating yourself, okay? You want to know something kind of funny about me? I've always laughed about this. Well, not always, because it's actually a little bit frustrating. How many of you guys find and you note about yourself right now, you're like, that's me, I tend to underestimate myself. I tend to over-damn estimate myself and my abilities. More often than not. Let me just say that. I definitely admit on the areas where I think I need to grow, but I always think I can accomplish the creme brulee. Why can't I? I have the opposite in my energetic blueprint in terms of underestimating, but it provides just not the same growth experience, but it provides equal growth opportunity. I'll just say that. Okay. Because there's a learning curve, a whole shit ton of things that you got to learn about when you set your expectation bar way up here because you think you can. Oh, let me get my hand so you can see it. And then you're right here. Okay? All right. So you're going to begin to recognize more acutely, just even after this brief conversation here, where you're overestimating yourself, where you're underestimating yourself. You're going to notice yourself becoming okay with it. That is presence of your higher level of consciousness and the buzz of the Akashic field, making new information and new possibilities available to you. Okay, so yes, you have infinite possibility. Yes, you've shut down a lot of things in the way that you've behaved up until now in your life. Yes, you're opening up new possibilities again. That's that buzz of that vibrational field around you. Wherever your heart and soul is the most seeking and ready to harness and stabilize in a shift. And Alicia, for you, this is the job, which is why you're connected. You're like, okay, I think maybe this is about the job. You're going to begin to feel and notice that vibration. So you're getting a confirmation that yes, but it's not only a change in the job. They definitely want to bring your awareness to, this is the Akashic field coming online for you, your ability to exchange and receive instant feedback from very high levels of consciousness very quickly. And when you do that, you're going to begin to feel the desire to shift areas of your life that weren't working for you before. Actually, before you feel the desire to shift it, the possibility will enter your mind, oh, what if I actually did quit my job that I don't like and found a new one? Well, wouldn't I be a renegade now? And then all of a sudden you turn the radio on and that, I've been a rebel since the 60s. I'm a rebel just for my, and then you sing along your jam like, yeah. Okay, sorry, you guys know I'm a bad singer. All right, so anybody who is feeling that buzz come on right now, I want to bring in, or if you're not feeling the buzz and you want to feel that buzz, I'm going to bring to that activation for you right now. That is the enlivenment of the Akashic field coming into your awareness. The Akashic field is all information, past, present, and future. It offers you a very high level of interaction and knowledge. However, you got to know how to use it. I'm just going to say that. Come talk to me if you want to learn more dynamically how to use it. But this will begin to turn it on more dynamically for each one of you. And then begin to recognize wherever you are in terms of feeling and holding this field and being aware of it, different things are going to begin to shift in your life, different alignments, different openings, different things. So yours might be job, it might be relationship, it might be one of those things. All right, so bringing in that energy right now, all you have to do to receive is say yes. Go ahead and type that in for me. Send some hearts and some love across the screen, creating a powerful, energetic space here filled with unconditional love, because Unconditional love transmutes energy, I should say transmits energy very powerfully. So send us a bunch of loves across the screen so this energy moves, can be received by all those who want to receive. Turn on to the Akashic field. So be it and so it is. And for if you guys experience this, I'm serious, really dynamically, and you feel the need to reach out to me, because this will begin to activate a very powerful connection for you that will open a lot of different areas. It will be my pleasure to guide you as seamlessly as possible through the process, but I can't make any damn promises, okay? It's just still fall apart every now and then. You'll just have big old muscles to clean it up. Stephanie Ann says, how may I access my Akash? Well, awesome. We've turned it on for everybody here. And just so you know, honestly, it's already on. We've brought in an energy and an attention to bring your awareness to it, which heightens your ability to interact with it. But truly, you're never apart from it. It's our perception of how we show up and how the energies work that we can be shut off from it, but truly, we're never shut off from it. Many ways to access the Akash, Stephanie Ann. They would like me just to talk about different ways to pray. There is no wrong way to pray to God, but there are more effective ways to do it, okay? If you sit down and pray to God and you're like, God, I'm just so sick and tired of my life being like it is, please come and save me. You're likely to feel a little bit better. You probably don't sing in your whine voice like that. That's just what happens when you show up with me. Different voices come out. Some people might call me crazy and split personality. Thank you guys for seeing a different perspective of that. All right. So think of the different ways to pray. You go into prayer like that. You call upon God. God is not going to turn his back on you. There's going to be an essence of lifting to the point that you're willing to let go of what you're hanging on to and receive that peace and grace. What happens when you show a willingness to release on a deeper level? And you move from the whiny cry praying, and you're owning it. You're like, all right, I'm stuck in a pattern. This pattern is when we say something, okay, so I grew up very Southern Baptist, and my Uncle Frank is on today, and he is a man of God. So, and Jesus just came in the intuitive development class and the channeling, so we got a lot of that energy here up in the house. But let me just show you what it looked like when I was a kid at church and how we were taught to give it over. Gee, this is too big for me. I turn it over to you, God. Take this from me. I surrender, right? We surrender. It does give me the slight heebie-jeebies. Just a little bit. I'm getting better with it. Here's vocabulary I'm a little more Dr. Phil when I break it down. All right. I'm stuck in my subconscious patterns and I cannot see why I continue to stay in the same karmic loop. I am ready to accept and own all responsibility. Just show me. Give me clarity on my own patterns so I can see how I'm working here. And any range of what's in between is fine. Okay? But do you see the difference in how you show up to pray or how you show up to do your work? And that measure, truthfully, like how far you are in the, like down here in the blaming and help me, the victim, and that whiny girl down there. And how far you are up here owning it is like you could actually like chart your own consciousness, your growth as you continue to get lower out of that and up on into these higher things. You're going to become much more effective in every single thing that you do in your life because you have a higher level of consciousness, a higher level of owning what it is that you're experiencing. So back to the original question on how to access your Akashic Records. Own your shit. Own it. Even if you don't understand it, own it. Be willing to see it. Sometimes it takes a while to be willing to see it. Tying back into Alicia talking about that vibrational frequency coming up, and you notice it and you feel it, but you don't know exactly what it is. I got you a story about that. When Christopher Columbus was coming to the Americas, the Dominican Republic, by the way, it is not the America here that you think of. The shores of the Dominican Republic, which I stood on those shores, which was very cool for me because I love this story so much. When Christopher Columbus was coming and he was sailing towards the Americas, the native people, the shaman of the tribes, the indigenous tribes of the Dominican, because this was their tradition, this is what they did, this is what the shaman did, they would go sit and meditate on the horizon every day, just part of what they did. About 3 days before Christopher Columbus and his ships arrived, they began to notice a disturbance of the energy on the horizon. They didn't know what was coming, but they noticed the energy field was different. Who's got chills right now? I just felt it move through my body. They knew that something that they were not able to detect yet was coming. So they held their gaze, they meditated in that state, in that space for 3 days, and the ships emerged. When you notice that vibrational frequency, Antonio Aurelio, what's up, brother? I haven't seen you. Sorry that accent. Vivi, my daughter, has been busting me about all kinds of gender stereotypes, of racial stereotypes. Like, oh my gosh, she is like on my case. And the fact that my boy, like now I'm talking like I'm a brother. I'm obviously probably the whitest girl in the house. Chris, back in my Hollywood days, I waited on Chris Rock in the restaurant I worked in, and he called me the whitest cracker in Beverly Hills. But Antonio, I love you, and I'm sorry that I don't know. Black girl version of Emily came out, even though I'm the whitest cracker here, okay? Yes, thank you, Miss Nancy. No, Robin McClendon did show today. She is stuck in the desert without Wi-Fi. All right, so I just heard my little voice Vivian come in, busting me on my racial and my gender stereotypes there. Sorry, everybody, but you can see lots of different accents come out. Anyway, shout out to my brother, and then I forgot what I was talking about. Okay. Let me see if I can get it back on track, though, because it feels like it was at least a good rant. I feel like I was at least preaching something good. I was feeling it. All right, I don't know what it was. We'll see if we get back to it. The idea of praying, the higher comments going in. Welcome to your Akashic Records. Yeah, I think I just got to go on to the next one now. All right, Linda Byrne says, can we tap into a specific date to see what on in that moment that needs healing? Yep. Yes, you can. And it's very important to realize that when you're doing that, anytime that you are moving to a different focus point of awareness in time. So in essence, time traveling, but it doesn't look like necessarily you get in a time machine and then you actually show up. You have to use your inner senses to be able to participate at this point in time. Well, we might have some very advanced, I don't know, Antonio. Oh, brother, remember the brother? There are some avatars on the planet. Antonio displays some really incredible high-level skills. So he may very well be able to pop himself into another timeline in the moment. I don't do that yet. I travel and do that work within my inner clairsenses, within my inner universe. Either one is fine and appropriate. But at this point in time, I have not learned to personally shift my own plasmic structure to be able to do that kind of cool shit yet, but I will get there. So will you. So will we all eventually. But recognize that you can work on your own inner universe. Everything that you need to do within this outer realm of the universe can be done on your own inner work. Some of the keys, Linda, are to realize how important improv is. You've got to ask questions. You've got to engage with the energy. You've got to engage the imagination. You got to go with it. If you get in your own way, is this really real? Which I know that you're pretty advanced in the work that you're doing. And you know when an idea or something comes up to engage with it. But for those of you who might be just starting this process and you still feel like, is this real? And when you're working on all your own inner universe, is this real? Yes, it is. You have to suspend any kind of disbelief that tells you that it's not real, because that will disengage your abilities to work in that space. Okay, what I was going to say, very important to recognize that when you do go into a moment that is focused outside of your present avatar, meaning where you are right now in the present moment, you jump to another point in space and time, you are going to affect a lot more than just the past. You're going to affect past, present, and future, and all moments intertwined with this moment that you're going back and healing. Okay? So you're doing very, very advanced level work. Anybody who wants to do that work, let me just bring in a protocol now for anybody. First, we're going to start with the activation of being able to disengage your mind from the construct of linear time so that you can work in past, present, future timelines. And this can mean in your, what I call your present past, meaning your past in this lifetime, or moving throughout the time-space continuum of other incarnations. Okay, so for those of you who want to begin to explore how this works, they are opening up that gateway to us, which is very cool because it's advanced level stuff. So anybody who wants to just receive that activation of the disengagement of linear time, it's going to begin to, the areas where you felt very rigid before, like this is a crock of shit, it's going to begin to melt and you're going to feel more playful. That's how this energy starts, okay? That's how you know the activation is working. You find yourself thinking a little more silly thoughts while you're unloading the dishwasher. That's how you know it's working. It's engaging this playful spirit. And it's very important. That's the childlike essence of us that can engage the imagination more dynamically, that can believe not in, but believe outside of the constructs that the rest of us have become rigid to. So just to receive that, type in yes. They just want to bring awareness to dates, and very, very specific dates can trip some people up, like very specific names can when you're trying to bring names through, because there's a lot of pressure to get the name right. Pressure to get the exact date right. So you can work with eras, work with energies, work with vibrational imprints, ask for direction, ask for help. Anytime you are doing this kind of work, by the way, call light to you guys, ground yourself. You must be very, very responsible with these higher level of energies that we're working with. Okay. All right, everybody, I see that we are at 12:30 here. So time to wrap up for today. It has been a great time with you guys, as always. This concludes my long day. Actually, it doesn't conclude my long day on Wednesday, because I do have my Akashic Mastermind students that I will be spending time with this evening. But I do back-to-back shows on Wednesday. So this is really where I begin to wind down for the day. It's been an incredible day. From the beginning, the very start of my day with Sifu Boggy, he gets me prepared with my Qigong, Qigong and Tai Chi practice. And then I move into business meditations in the Coaches and Healers Sangha, specifically for our entrepreneurs. I shared a very, very cool activation within that space today. And of course, the Akashic Academy, intuitive development, we are working on alchemy all month. Coach Nick is teaching about mindful living. That's his workshop zone every Monday. My workshop zone every Wednesday is intuitive development. And we are bringing in powerful activations, powerful knowledge, Today went way over in our activation workshop with Jesus, Melchizedek, Merlin, Saint Germain. If these names ring a bell to you, if you're like, oh, hang on a second, what did she say? She said activation of the ancient alchemist. Yes, I did just say that. I am sharing right now with all of you guys. Hang on. I'm trying to get out of my watch party so I can go share it over here. I think I have to leave my watch party. Right now, you can join the Akashic Academy for $4.44 for your first month. When you become a member of the Akashic Academy, you get access to all of those mindful living workshops every Monday, all of the intuitive development workshops every Wednesday, plus new and full moon ceremonies, plus all of the workshops that we have done up until now. So not only do you get to participate in all of the new live content that we're creating, but you also get access to our incredible library, and you can check it out for $4.44. The regular price is $44.44. We expect to earn your business, your relationship. We want you to see how much value there is in coming into this community and continuing your growth, your support, your connection as a light worker. I got to give the Akashic Academy just an amazing plug when we first came on here on the show this morning, just about the amazing hosts that are coming forward on our network and our magazine, which, by the way, send me love letters. If you love the magazine, send me a private message with a quote so we can publish that in our love letter section for the next edition of our magazine. But we're creating this opportunity for you to grow, for you to expand, for you to share your knowledge. I want you to come join Be Inside. $4.44. There's no reason why not to check it out. I posted the link there for you all. For those of you who are on high alert, you are at a 911 stage in your life. I hear you. The energies are very intense right now. If you need to reach out to me and know more about how the Akashic Records can help shift you instantly and get you back into alignment, or to create the expansion, open the new timeline that you so desperately need, reach out to me. I want to be able to support and serve you with this beautiful access point of the Akashic Records. Namaste. Oh, I'm going to make sure that I announce. Robin and Boggy both are in the field today. They will not be coming live on this amazing network, so make sure that you catch your replay of them and stay tuned for the rest of the week. All the